Hey guys, it's me, Nikki. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a tutorial and kind of like a mini review slash swatch of this palette, which is the Bad Habit Cult Mystics palette. And let me tell you, you are in for a treat. I'm actually ready just to hop into this, so I went ahead and primed my eyelid. Next, I'm going to hop into the Bad Habit Cult Mystics palette, and I'm going to grab a shade called Vision right here, and this is going to be my transition shade. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this into the crease and right above. I'm also going to kind of like blend it upwards and outwards just a little bit here. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this shade right here. It's called Resurrection. It's just a dark brown, and with this I'm going to go right on the outer edge, and I'm bringing it basically where I applied that other shade, and I'm blending up and out as I go. When it mixes with that kind of like taupey brown that I used earlier, it kind of creates a really nice cool shade, which is going to blend really, really well with that black. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is grab this black shade called Pagan right here. And with this, I'm going to go right along the outer edge real quick. This is actually really pigmented, as if you guys can't tell. I'm sure you guys can see this right now. So with whatever is left on my brush here, after I focused on the outer edge, I'm going to bring a little bit of it inwards on that crease for a little bit of definition. So I'm going to go ahead and hop back in with Vision right here, and I'm applying this to the inner corner of my lid, and then I'm going to go ahead and hop back in with that brown shade that we used earlier one more time. And with this, I'm using the same brush. I'm just going to go right on top of it. That way we can kind of create that halo effect. So I'm going to go ahead and take a tiny brush and go back in with Pagan. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this very, very lightly on the inner corner, because this is incredibly pigmented. And I don't really want it to get too crazy, but I just want to darken up the inner V of my eyelid, because, you know, science. And I'm going around my actual eyelid up here, and then I'm going to be blending, because I really need a little bit more definition for this. So now I'm going to go ahead and just take a brush to blend with, just to kind of connect that black with the other shades over here. Just like that. And I'm going to take Vision, that light taupey brown shade, so I'm going to go right along the edges here of this, just to kind of help make everything a little bit more, I don't know, uniform, I guess, because we don't want it to get too dark. The thing with black eyeshadow is it is so easy to have too much and go too crazy when you're not trying to go crazy, but if that's your thing and you want to do that, go for it. Now I'm gonna hop in with a glitter glue, because I really want to keep this in place. I could use it wet, but I haven't tried these shadows wet yet, and I don't know if it would actually like change the look of it or make it too chunky, so I thought we would just kind of pat it on. So I'm taking the e.l.f. glitter primer, I think glitter glue, glitter primer, whatever it is, and I'm using the back of my hand as a palette for this. And I'm going to take a brush to apply this, so just like a C brush, nothing special. And then I'm going to pat it on the very center of my eyelid. And I'm going to be stopping, I have a little crease right here, I'm going to go above that. My eyes are actually really, really, really deep set. And sometimes whenever I do a cut crease or a halo eye, it can get a little wonky. And I'm not going all the way to the very inner part. So now I'm gonna go ahead and hop in with a shade called Transcend, which is right here. And it's a duochrome, kind of chunky, glittery mess of awesome. And I'm just gonna kind of grab a little bit on my brush and I'm going to pat it right on top of that glitter primer. I'm going back and forth and I'm working my way up. This is a very, very pretty shade. It actually reminds me of Urban Decay's Moondust and Solstice, which is like one of my favorite Urban Decay eyeshadows ever. Like, I love that color. I could put it on my lips, I could put it on my cheeks, I could find a use for it for basically anything. All right, so I totally zoomed in to show you guys how much shift and dimension this particular shade has. It is fantastic. It's kind of like a pinky shade, but it has almost like a blue type of shift and some fuchsia in there. It's super fun. So for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Bare Minerals Bare Pro Contour Palette. I use tan to dark, and I'm gonna take the shade Pop, which is right here, and this is gonna go on my brow bone. I'm actually gonna hold off on doing my upper lashes and my eyeliner until later. So I'm actually gonna take a duo-ended eyeliner from Chanel. This is in Ebony and Earth, and I'm taking the black side and going right below my lower lashes. And I'm just gonna bring it about this far over. I'm gonna take a brush and kind of blend that real fast and smudge it all the way over. And I'm going to take that black shade again in Pagan with the same brush and literally just kind of setting everything. I'm gonna go ahead and hop into this palette again, and I'm gonna grab this shade called Illuminate. This is a white with a kind of teal shift, and it's the same type of formula. It's got like kind of chunky glitter, really, really pretty. And I'm applying this on the inner corner. It just kind of adds something that's a little bit different, and it's a contrast to like the pink mauve situation on the eyelid. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes, eyeliner off camera, but I will tell you what I'm using. I'm going to use that same Chanel eyeliner for my waterline, and then I'm going to take a NARS cream eyeshadow in Zardoz, which is just a black. I'm applying it literally right along my lashes. I'm not winging it out. I'm just gonna leave it be. I feel like that's kind of cool looking as it is, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I know that you guys are excited to hear a little bit more about this palette, and I have to say, first and foremost, my favorite thing about it is the fact that it doesn't cater to warm tones. Everyone and their brother's mailman is making warm toned palettes, and I love me some warm tones, so don't get it twisted. It's nice to have a variety. Maybe one day I really just don't want to wear warm tones. Maybe I want to be experimental and try something different. And this palette kind of caters to that, so pretty awesome. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do some swatching for you guys, so I'm gonna try and not get it on my dress. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the top row. So this is Eternal. This shade is Resurrection. And this shade is called Essence. So there are those three right there. This is Transcend. And then we have Absolution, which is a gold that is magnificent. So here are those two shades. And I do apologize, like in between I have some of my eyebrow product on my hand. What do? And I'm gonna work my way backwards on the bottom row just because the black shade is gonna be hard to get off my hand. So let's start with Illuminate and Karma. Now these are the other two shades that I am living for in this palette. And I used Illuminate today. I might do a video sometime with Karma, which is this metallic blue. Oh my gosh, I know you guys can see this because I can see it in the viewfinder, and it is beautiful. It's fantastic looking. So let's go ahead and get started with these two. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just put it all over my body. We have three more shades left. there's Vision, Altered State, and Pagan. Now, Pagan did not swatch for crap, but don't let that fool you, because we used it today and it was kind of pigmented. That concludes the swatches for this palette. I'm actually pretty impressed with the palette. I'm glad that they came out with a palette that wasn't warm tones, because they have so many already. And girl, like, let me tell you, this fall and this winter, this is gonna be my jam. Like, you just wait, you mark my words. And in reality, you're not gonna have to wait that long for me to do another look. I really like this palette, so you guys will be seeing it again, for sure. Okay, so my final thoughts on this palette. It retails for $24, which is much pricier than the standard Bad Habit beauty palettes. They run anywhere from $12 to $16. So when I saw that, I was a little hesitant to purchase it, because again, is it a new formula? Is it, you know, what's changed? Why the change of price? I personally feel like the formula is the same as the other Bad Habit palettes, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. The shadow pans themselves are much larger than the standard, like, Bad Habit beauty palettes, like the little square pans. I love the big sized pans, actually, so that's kind of nice. I love the fact that they had two different, like, shifting colors in there. If you're a fan of the warmer eyeshadow palettes, you're probably not gonna like this one, and in fact, I would suggest to just stay away. Now, if you're not a fan of glitter, don't buy it. Just don't buy it. It's 24 bucks and it has two shades that are glitter. I mean, you're not getting a ton of shades. However, if you want to try something different and you're looking for, seriously, a unique eyeshadow palette, this is the one for you. And 24 bucks, it is a little bit pricier than their standard palettes, but it's not a bad palette, and I kind of really like it. So, and I bought it with my own money. So I'm not sponsored. This is, I work hard for my money. I like the palette. Alright, well, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the look that I did for you guys today, and let me know what you think. I do want to know, what are your feelings on a $24 Bad Habit palette? Do you feel like, would you spend that kind of money on something like that, or would you prefer to stick around like the $12 and $16 price line? Let me know in the comments down below. Another question I have is, are you guys excited to see some cool toned palettes? Because, I mean, come on. We see so many warm toned palettes, and don't get me wrong, I love them, but I also like to try something new. You know, I like to see different things. If something is different, it catches my interest far more than if it's a palette from a different brand that has the same colors as like 20 other brands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the idea that they actually stepped out of the comfort zone and tried something different. So that's basically it, guys. I'm so glad that you stopped by to watch the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It helps me out. I appreciate it a lot, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. You know, it's... my foot's asleep.